YouTube fan community, MC5 fans, random people on the internet. My name is Giggens, and we're here today to talk about the MC5's last album, High Time, released in 1971. There was something else that came out in 1983, but in terms of what the actual group was doing together before they broke up, this is the last one. The MC5 are one of the most energetic and loud, brash bands you could have ever wanted to hear. I remember discovering them in high school on VH1, the channel VH1, and they had one of those, top rock bands of the 60s or whatever it was. And I'll never forget hearing Kick Out the Jams for the first time and being like, who are these guys? And just blew my mind. These guys had something to prove, they had something to say, they had a mission, they were on a mission, they had a mission statement. They had something special about them that is one of those like firecracker things that just isn't meant to last long. And their debut album was the live record, Kick Out the Jams, they put out Back in the USA, which is an amazing album. And then this one, High Time, is their last record. And a lot of people say this is their most accessible record. I can agree with that. It's definitely less politically leaning, if you will. So there's less of the time going on. So it's a little bit more universal in terms of hearing it now, or it's not, I don't want to say it's dated or something, but there's less Vietnam talk. But there definitely is a lot of Vietnam talk on this thing, too. High Time shows the guys being absolutely adventurous and completely at the top of their game and writing some of the best songs of their career, which is incredible because they broke up right after this album came out. I mean, they lasted for maybe another 18 months and then that was it. Guys started falling off, they tried to carry on, things just didn't work out. Drugs were happening, always a bad thing. But for a band that was apparently splintering, they sound very, very tight and very in the pocket with each other. They knew exactly what they were doing. It doesn't sound like a band falling apart or not giving a crap. It sounds like a band who knows absolutely what to do. It was high time to make a hit record. Unfortunately, this record and the one before it, Back in the USA, were losing money for Atlantic, and Atlantic dropped them after this, and that was that. But it's an incredible album and one that I feel is absolutely overlooked, as is Back in the USA. I mean, almost everybody knows Kick Out the Jams, or at least that one song. So if you haven't heard anything else past Kick Out the Jams, listen to their discography. It's very short. Just jump in and you'll be stoked for it. This album opens up with Sister Ann, a Fred song, Fred Smith. And Rob on this one is vocally just all over the place. He is just locked in. The dueling rhythm guitars of Fred and Wayne are here. It's propulsive, it's raw, it's pounding the whole way through. It's a total rock and roll jammer. It's a long song, it's like 7 minutes long. And there's a great little marching military thing at the end, which is pretty cool. Little marching drums, and it sounds like just a marching band going down the street. It's for the fade out. But just a charged up rocking song the whole way through. A great way to start the record off. Baby Won't You follows that up, which is also a Fred song. And man, this is so cool. It's got this rubber band rhythm. That's the only way I can describe it. You're back and forth. You're back and forth. It constantly jostles you. It's also constantly charged up as well. The chorus is radio ready. It just wants to be on the radio. Even though it is kind of a raw song, there's a decent amount of production that keeps it sounding to the core of what the group was about, where they weren't super polished, but there's just enough reverb and just enough production to be like, all right, if you want to go on the radio, we can slip this one in later on in the rotation. This would be one of those songs. Miss X comes up next, and I love this song. Wayne Kramer wrote this one. Rest in peace, Wayne Kramer. This song is totally, in my opinion, a very Bowie-esque, Mark Bolan type of track. The reverby drums, the dream pop kind of feel to this heavy rock. I don't want to say the word sludgy, but it bops along real chill. But man, it's got some hooks, the starts and the stops, the emotion, the riffs, the build-ups. This song could have been a hit if it ever had a chance. Atlantic couldn't have cared less about these guys at this point. If this had been put out and marketed as a single, it would have been before the whole glam rock thing. Holy moly, this song is so good. The last track on side one, Gotta Keep Moving, was written by Dennis Thompson, the drummer, the last remaining original member of MC5. This one's right back to that 50s feel, classic rock, 50s Chuck Berry kind of stuff. Love the punchy percussion on it, energetic, great soloing. Overall, just they're on fire on this one. Side 2 opens up a Future Now, written by lead singer Rob Tyner. And this song is really cool. it starts off with bass, and I feel like the bass kind of drives the track the whole way through. But I love Rob's impassioned delivery on this one. He's so on it. The build up to his shouts in the chorus, it's just a true statement. It's just a true testimonial, if you will. Love that one. Poison comes up next. This is also written by Wayne. This is a guitar frenzy. Rob and Mike share the vocals on this one. It just slams along the whole way through. The solo is blistering. The bass holds it all together. Hell of a track. And then you get Over and Over, which is one of the most catchy songs they've ever done. Over and over. It's so good. It almost sounds like a mid-60s Who song, like 67, 68 Who song. It swings. It's got excellent background vocals. There's hooks. It's a song about how to get past it, how we get past all this crap that's happening right now. It's just, it keeps happening over and over. How do we get past it? Love that song, man. And the last one on here is Skunk, Sonically Speaking. This one is absolutely insane. Crazy drums start this thing and just cascade and stampede the whole way through. The riffs from the guitars don't let up. Rob is screaming and singing on top of this whole thing. It's a tour de force of musicianship. It is just a nonstop frenzy of rock and roll hellfire, and we are all the better for it. This album is special, not only because it's the last one they put out as a group, but like, it just screams that like, it's amazing how you could make a great record and a record label can just sleep on it. This particular version came out for the 2023 Rocktober reissue program, so it's on a really cool colored vinyl, which I'll show in a second, but it blows my mind. Like, when this record came out, it just went completely unnoticed. I don't think it even charted. Back in the USA, it charted pretty low, and Kick Out the Jams did pretty well. It was like top 40 album for themselves at the time, which is awesome. But like, you can't judge what came out after Kick Out the Jams against Kick Out the Jams. Each album they put out was its own thing. And I know people who bought Back in the USA probably wanted to hear another Kick Out the Jams, but like, that was that moment in time. Here's the next thing. Same with this one, High Time. Whole different vibe from those two albums. It's the same group, yeah. Is it the same energy, the same spirit? I would say so. I'd say it's more energetic and more adventurous than they had ever been. They really wanted to make something substantial. And it's one of those things that, like, what could have come next? They did a couple of songs after this album for a movie soundtrack, but like, it would be incredible to see what would have happened if they stayed together and just got a different label and just kept going. One of those what-if stories. Here's the back cover. Simple red and yellow. Says the songs. Says who plays on them. It's a gatefold. Got a really nice shot of the guys playing live. And some info and pictures there. And an excerpt from an upcoming book that was about to come out. But this record, let me show you this thing. It looks really cool. They did an awesome job with it. Clear with yellow splatter. Look at that. So rad. Excellent job with that. It sounds phenomenal too. I've never been able to find an original of this thing on vinyl. I've seen it before, but I'm not paying those prices. I do have an original Kick Out the Jams and Back in the USA. And my Kick Out the Jams has the original. It's like super first issue. It's uncensored. It's got like the whole writing thing in the bottom of the gatefold. I'll make a video about that someday. It's pretty cool. But so it's nice to have a good reissue of this thing. It's nice to have this on vinyl. It sounds fantastic. I love the album cover. I love the setup. It's just one of those albums that never had a chance. And I feel like if it did, it could have completely changed how 70s rock was perceived. These guys had something special. They had something to say, but those in charge just didn't care, I guess. This album for me is easily an 8 or a 9 out of 10. It's phenomenal. It's fun. It's energetic. And it's made by a group of guys who absolutely care about what they're making. They knew what they were doing, and they knew that they put their blood, sweat, and energy into this thing. Knowing that it just didn't go anywhere breaks my heart. But the MC5 High Time, 8 or 9 out of 10. This video is dedicated to Brother Wayne Kramer, who just passed away about a week or two ago as of making this video, leaving Dennis Thompson as the last remaining member of the MC5. They're almost all gone, the MC5. How the hell is that possible? Anyways, those are my thoughts on High Time. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Happy to chat about it with you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Giggens. This has been the MC5, a true testimonial. See you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Peace.